Well, bear with me, folks. Happiness. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the Fish Room. I think that this new intro music works best with something like that. Lots of activity. Oh, hello. Look at that little guy. Are you hungry? Hold on, I need to turn this music off. Ta-da! All right. Huawei, Bunny Viper. Good to see you guys. Coral Works, Big Steve's Box Creations. Proper penetration. Oh my goodness. Where have you guys been? I don't know. But proper penetration is a great hashtag. Hello, Miss Gina. Was that you? Storm Riders. Legacy Riders. I love it, man. Oh, well, thank you, Gina. Well, thank you, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mike Does Stuff in His Garage. We're calling it a live stream, calling it a fish room. The title of tonight's episode is Wednesday Witching Hours, Fishroom Feelings. So, how does that make everybody feel? Does anybody want to talk about feelings? Does the idea of talking about feelings just like the last thing you want to do right now? I don't know. You know what I mean? Let's see how it's going. Light and par, proper penetration. Yes. And secret sexy Instagrams. Excellent. Well, let me pause this camera and work on getting another camera up. Hang with me. All right. Hey guys, not to worry about the state of everything. in the world, but there may be a shortage of nurses out there. And Habit Home Health is sent me 2 texts today. Hey man, they're just letting me know that it's Wednesday and I can just go walking in there and get a job if I want one. They're looking for nurses. They're just like it's a Wednesday walk-in hiring event. So yeah, man. I'm in demand, y'all, which is nice in these times, I guess. Always nice to wake up with stuff like that. Okay. All right, we're gonna do something weird. I know you guys like that. So stream yard. Boom. It's right there. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Whoa.
Okay, so that should be better. All right, now you turn this camera on. Now it's confusing. Okay, so you guys see what's going on right here. So let me show you this stand that I've got. Pretty straightforward stand. It's got these pieces on it that open up, and this thing telescopes up to like 6 feet, so I can really get some height on it. Put you guys on a pedestal, as it were. Oh, getting it caught up. All right, are you two up to it tonight? Because I don't want you guys just hiding in the back in a minute. Okay, guys, it looks like now. Don't be like that. Looks like my friends Abraham Lincoln and Jethro want to be on film tonight, so we're gonna try it out. Let me work on flipping this camera around. I'll do the telephoto lens and see if that makes a difference. We're gonna have to back it up a bit. We're gonna get more tank because we got a couple bristly noses that are working on being stars as well. And this feels so hokey to do. But it works as long as I don't touch it too much. There. Almost straight. I like it, y'all. Damn, they look good. All right. So, well, now this is a different look. Okay, so what I see on my screen on the camera isn't the same. What I see on camera is not the same as what I see on the camera on the phone itself with the telephoto lens. It's a little bit different. Interesting. So yeah, welcome everybody. Another happy episode. Get them. So I have a possible Malaysian trumpet snail uh taking over this tank, or something that is shaped the same way. You know what I mean? But Jethro has taken to knocking them off of the glass, which I find fun. So we got that going for us. So let me find my headphones and we can go ahead and get started, I guess. Even though I know we've already started, let's do this just in case Mike Tyson and Bandit want to get in on the action. That's Mike Tyson right there on the far left, just checking it out. You guys want some food? They want food. You want food? I got food. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Here's some more of that premium catfish pellet that I want Vibes to try with some of his bristle noses he has. My bristle noses are growing out nice in this tank. And both of these tanks, I have three bristle noses that I put in there just to add an inch. And now they're probably 2.5. Nice spirulina flake for the angelfish. My angelfish have very much not liked eating off of the surface. They like eating it in the mid water. So yeah, let's find my headphones so that I can sound like something. Get some coffee. Gina's Reef wants some food. All right, everybody. Which coffee cup today? Oh, we're talking about Fishroom Feelings. So I feel like Mr. Rogers is the way to go. Here's your Mr. Rogers quote for right now. Infinity just is. And that's the way I think love is too. How about it, folks? Come on. That's some good juicy wisdom right there. I mean, it belongs on a coffee cup or a t-shirt, right? Oh. So, where are my headphones? Things I have wondered for a very long time. So, oh, I've got an echo. That's not good. Well, the echo's gone. Who knows? I might be using my microphone. I might be using my iPad microphone. I'll be accepting guesses starting now. Okay. Yeah, it was on my end only. It was when I first turned on the headphones, and then it fixed itself. So, hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, angelfish like these, they cost money. They didn't cost me any money, but you know what? In order to win something on Dan's stream, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be pretty freaking lucky. So, this sort of luck doesn't like feed itself, folks. So, I need those thumbs ups. I need those subscriptions. I need those. I need you to subscribe to the moon. But yeah, you can see that those bristle noses down down in the front getting moved in on by the angelfish are doing really, really great. And they are much longer than an inch at this point. I mean, I really like the way those angels look in an open tank, but I also really love the way that orange color, red, we'll call it, since we're fish nerds, the reds showing up on the angelfish when they're in an overgrown tank with a lot of green as well. Nona was the first person in the chat for your show, Huawei. Hey man, if I had known about it, I would have shown up, Huawei. So you went on a walk with the tiger? I mean, dog? Oh, that's right. I can't ask BRS Fresh or someone else to send me free fish food. I mean, that's all right. I've actually the fish food hasn't been a huge expense. Um I would say that my water usage and my well, my power usage for my heater cost me about $30 a month. That's the increase that I noticed after I put the heat pump in. So, like, all things being equal and me using the same amount of power that I normally do, which is probably true. I use a little bit more because I keep all the lights on all night here in the house. But yeah, that is the biggest expense that I have is the energy running the heat pump probably. The fish food has never been like too much of a problem. I've like, I'll spend like $50 or something like that, but then like I don't need to buy anything. Well, except more Tetracolor granules. You know what I mean? But I can get that big tube. Like the tube that I was holding is a used one. I pulled the label off and then I label it and then I put other stuff in it. But those large containers of the Tetracolor granules I'm getting on Amazon for $10 a piece. Sometimes I have to buy 2 of them, but man, like, that stuff is like high schoolers and Takis, you know what I mean? It's just like they just go together. You can't have enough Takis for these fish. They like what they like. Yeah, Coro, the natural gas usage. Ours is ours is up in the winter because we use natural gas to heat our house. We have a gas stove. Um, so that bill is usually not that much. But yeah, the hookup fees are stupid. They make sure that you pay $25 a month, even if you're not using it. And the power comp with the solar going on and stuff like that, the power company has done the same thing. So I have a $25 flat charge for connection fee to the city of Austin. And I believe it's set up so that it is against the law for me to take my house off the grid. Like like I have to be on the grid and I have to pay $25 a month. You know what I mean? Like that's how they get you. So everybody that puts solar panels up, you're still going to pay $25 a month. They're going to make sure that you're paying. So kind of a racket, but hey man, that's the cost of living in the city, I guess. The fire department will show up and put my house out if it catches on fire. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot there's lots of advantages to like not living out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, several fire trucks are gonna show up at my house. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I would say that the fish food the isn't the major expense. And honestly, buying the fish hasn't been um too bad. I mean, I've had fun with it, and I've kept them alive. Plants are expensive to buy, but once you start getting plants like growing like crazy, like all these simple plants that I have, I have I have lots of it, so that's nice. The only thing that I want to spend money on for plants, and I'm willing to pay a premium price for, I want some more. Oh my goodness, they're root beaters. It'll come to me in a second. Like not stem plants, but all of the others. You know what I'm talking about. Elaborations of curiosities, Adele. Hello, I heard you had a birthday. Happy birthday, my dear. Another loop around the sun. Congratulations. Well, I don't actually need them, Coro, because I've already installed my heat pump. So, and I went oversized. So I think if I left the door open to the fish room, I could on a not real cold day because I have a lot of leakage around the doors. I could push warm air into the house. Um, but my buddy was helping me decide that when I was ordering it, and he works in HVAC, and his father worked in HVAC. I don't know about his father before him, probably moonshine. Um, but yeah, he helped me out, and I think that that is the reason why my wife let me spend the money. That and uh having a warm place for us to cower with our fish during ice events. In the cities, Huawei, there are laws concerning property. So you give a bunch of up a bunch of rights living in the city, as opposed to living in the county. If you lived in the county and you were outside of city jurisdictions and stuff like that, like yeah, man, pretty much, pretty much anything, anything goes in Texas. We've got more tigers in captivity than I think there are in the world. And exotic game is a big deal down here. And I actually went to a neighborhood that shares a bunch of property out in the hill country, and they share this property, and it's all wild and like nature preservey, and they've actually introduced elk out there, and they are managing this herd of elk collectively. And so I assume that there's uh, uh, the management of the herd and stuff like that. So then there would be like elk meat, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, for them to sell and stuff like that. But it's pretty wild. There's like no fences on any of the properties and stuff like that. And the elk do like roam around in the neighborhood as well. And during the rut season and stuff like that, man, it's just like don't make eye contact. You know what I mean? They can be aggressive. You got to give them their space. But yeah, man. Yeah, the fish food. I mean, I've gotten an extraordinary amount of free fish food. Like whoever is at Aquashella Dallas, whoever is at what the Clash is something else I've gone to. Um, and then also different kinds of there's people selling food at all of these events and stuff like that. So you can try different things. And then with vibes and one time on my own because I was getting tanks and somebody was getting rid of a bunch of tanks. I took care of like all of the fish accoutrement that is involved when you get in the hobby and you buy all the different foods and all of that. And I split it up with the kids that live down the street that keep fish. And that was a really good day. And like all of these foods had been opened, you know what I mean? A couple of them hadn't, but there was like several different types of like like bug probe, like all the soldier fry larvae, like all these different ones, and like the kids were like excited, and they were like, "Oh man, I've seen somebody talking about this, and I wanted to try it." And I was like, "Well, take that with you and go try it." You know what I mean? So I've tried quite a lot of food, and Vibes has always been nice enough to share with me like what he's using and let me try some of that. And that's why I want to get him some of those catfish pellets because he hadn't messed around with those. and they're a nice, like, small little pellet, and they're great for bottom feeders. They're brown, but they turn white immediately in the water, so I don't know what that is. Soybean husk or I don't know, but, definitely interesting. So, yeah, man, I would say maybe, like, the largest expense per month and stuff like that is me, like, changing out 250 gallons of water a week. You multiply that times 4, I mean, like, it's probably close to the food expense, and that would be if I was, like, feeding if I wasn't buying anything in bulk, and, I started buying I this last round, I bought, spirulina flake in bulk, and I got those catfish pellets, and there was something else. Oh, algae wafers, come on, man. Where would we be without algae wafers? You know what I mean? The workhorse of the fucking fish room. Bunny, you appreciate the vow? It's great. Oh, Bunny, you don't even have to worry about because you grow in sand. Those guys pull everything out of the water column and stuff like that. And I didn't do anything special to my sand in my tanks that are all overgrown. And they just took off with the fish in there. It was like a little bit slow grow at first for like the first couple weeks, but then it like settled in and did fine. Yeah, you need to worry more about the what you got in your water column. Your root feeders are all of your man. It's killing me that I can't remember this right now. Somebody said it because I talked about it for a while. Pecans. Yeah, Viber bites are not cheap. Yeah, the only Viber bites that I have fed are Viber bites that I got from picking up used food and used aquariums. Um, and I want to say there hasn't been an event that I've gone to where I haven't ended up with a small sample pack of Viber bites. Like those guys are doing a good job at making sure that it's getting in the hands of the people, and then, oh man, these Viber bites are cool. You know what I mean? Like the fish do like them, and so then you go to the store, and then you that's when it's time to pay the price. Yeah, they get most of their stuff from the liquid Ferks bunny, so it's gonna be fine. You can actually float them, and when you float them, they spread out a whole lot, so they're not sticking straight up. And I think I'm gonna send some that were floating and some that weren't to Garcia and see if he has a preference over them or not. Like my preference to send people, I would assume you would want the one that's not spread out. But I mean, if you're gonna put it down low in front, those that are spread out low in front seem to be doing really well, and those grew like that. Those are runners. So I did not plant them. So I didn't plant some that were floating that were spread out. So they did that naturally on their own, like when you float them. That is true, Coro. That is true. Um, but I got the Mr. Cool, and you can install it yourself. It's already the condenser is already under vacuum when you buy it, and the lines are of a certain length, so you've got them coiled behind the unit outside, and the lines are charged with the Freon or whatever they're using, the gas. So then when you connect them together and then you open it, the gas goes into that vacuumed area and then it's ready to go. Of course, if you mess that up and leak it everywhere, then you've got to have an HVAC guy come out and actually charge your uh, thing with gas. Yeah, it's just because they haven't dealt with it. They're like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? And he worked with his dad, so he basically learned how to like run an HVAC business and stuff like that, residential. And now he works for a commercial outfit and he runs the residential side and stuff like that. So these guys making these big commercial decisions and stuff like that, he's out at their house making sure that their AC runs right. Um, so it's been lucrative for him, and he's been making that outfit like some money because the commercial guys don't want to freaking go out and do residential, but he does residential. So he's been doing that, and he's been doing really really good. And his wife writes young adult fiction, and it's some really good stuff. Man, 4 books. I think she's got 4, maybe 5 books or whatever. But her name is Ava Morgan. That is her moniker for writing, and she's been heavily advertising on the Facebook and stuff like that. So if anybody knows about that, shout it out. Also, would you guys be interested in talking with a talking with an author and hearing about her books? Is anybody interested in that? Because I've known her since I met her in 1995. So, and we're besties. So our families are linked forever through eternity. Like if I run off to the woods to go start a homestead and stuff like that, they're on my short list. Having an HVAC guy around would be pretty freaking cool. So yeah, I could definitely get her on here to talk about her books and things if anybody's interested in that one evening while we look at the fish. Yeah, I know, Coral. It really is weird, but people are. I think that I think that it's such a viable option and stuff like that, that I think that they're going to start like not in like new construction of like residential homes like that are large, but all small residential homes. You might as well have a heat pump in both of the large rooms. Um, so yeah, Yeah, no, they work really well. They're really, really popular in Europe, and I think that one of the reasons why they are is because all you have to do is put a 2-inch hole in the wall to connect them. You know what I mean? Like, that's all there is a hole through the wall so that you can run the lines and everything, and then that mounts over that hole. I think that, places where there hasn't been air conditioning, but now people need air conditioning, I think that they're going to s that is a very viable option, and there's people putting those in. See, I'm not feeding any frozen bloodworms, Daphnia, mosquito larvae. I'm not feeding any live foods that I don't, create myself, and I haven't been. I've been reliant on, that, whatchamacallit, the fry food from, the co-op. I've been, and that's a pretty good bang for your buck, like, I have more than I can use. Um, I've been using that fry food for all babies. Oh, your pea puppers are slowly learning to eat Viber bites? Yeah, I think that it can get more expensive as soon as you start buying the frozen food and stuff like that, and I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, Jethro is really harassing those freaking snails, I love it. Replay Team 6, if you're out there, salute you, man. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, Coro, that's the number one, pet peeve of the guy that I know, my buddy Nate. Yeah, if you guys wanna talk about HVAC and answer all your HVAC questions and stuff like that, he'll come on too, man. He's a great dude. Um, he's a little shy, but he'd do it for me. I know he would. Um, the intake, is never big enough, and it's because the vents that are in the wall are unsightly, so they keep those small, and they're too small for the units that they're adding and stuff like that. So, like, first thing we did is cut a hole and, add another plate, at my house, to give it more room. And now that the fish room is, acclimated, the side of that box, like, is on a wall in the fish room, so I could even, uh, put one there, but I don't know whether I would do that. He'd probably tell me not to. Yeah, match it or go one size up. And some of the theory is if you go one size up, then it's not going to have to work as hard, so then therefore it'll last longer. However, if it's, can't if it's getting too much resistance from trying to push it out through the wrong size duct or something like that, then that causes wear and tear on it. So it's a fine line. Agreed, Coro. Enough talk about HVAC. We might have killed Bunny. Bunny, are you okay? Are you still alive? this HVAC talk. If you're not interested in HVAC, sounds like an interesting interview. I assume that you're talking about the book uh, thing. Bunny Viper brings up a point, Darlene, that you have to stop this late business. Mike was just running around naked, and you missed it. I don't remember that part, but I just finished my first cup of coffee, so anything could have happened. It was a cold open, just me. I showed you the stand that I use to show everything. So, yeah, Coro, man, no worries, bro. There's no reason to be sorry. And yes, Darlene, it is a sight to behold. You know what I mean? It's an acquired taste. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. You know what I mean? But I mean, like some people think walruses are beautiful. You know what I mean? I mean, if you've ever seen a bear that somebody has shaved a lot of hair off of, that's basically what I look like. And Darlene, never worry about being late. You can always catch a replay. You can, just be here. You know what I mean? I'd rather have you late than not at all. So yeah, man, fish room feelings, man. Like I feel like I need to add some more tanks. Hi, does anybody else feel that way? That's a fish room feeling for you. Who doesn't want more tanks? I need more tanks for grow out. I'm thinking about cutting the blue barrel, one of the blue barrels, 55-gallon blue barrels that I have in the backyard. They have the pucks in them. So I think I could cut it in half and have two like half 55-gallon like blue that I could put like down on the floor in the garage and use those for grow out, or at least move the adults out there and then use it for grow out on that next stage. Hey, yeah, I mean, like the myths surrounding the Tic Tac Bandit, and you know, um, it does look suspect when somebody dresses up as the Tic Tac Bandit. You know what I mean for Halloween? It's just like, I see where he got the idea, but why would he do that? Stop with the feels. You're embarrassing me. Dude, this is the Wednesday witching hour fish room feelings. Like Darlene, man, like that's the theme tonight. It's all about the feels. But yeah, I feel like I have some tanks that are way overstocked and I need to move some people around in order to make that right. Um Maybe this summer I'll move the blue Hawaiians out in some of the blue Hawaiians out into the 100-gallon pond and let them do their thing. But I have also thought about doing that with the rice fish. So rice fish or blue Hawaiian uh, uh, guppies. What should I put in the tub this summer? And why? I'd like to know your reasoning why. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be
super detailed, you know what I mean? But, like, why you're feeling that. I am a little bit of a Sasquatch, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm like the cool Sasquatch. I'm just gonna come into your campsite and drink all your beer and whatever, whatever meat you have in whatever form. Brats and sausages are my favorite. The guppies are more tolerant of heat spikes, and during the summertime, for sure, with the rice fish, I wouldn't have to get them all out at the end of the summer. But it's a 100-gallon tub, so we gotta remove, like, all the plants out of it, get the water really low, and, like, get them all out, you know what I mean? Or most of them, and well, that's a project, and it it could still be fun, you know what I mean? And it's not like I have to empty out both of them, I just gotta empty out one of them. So, yeah, Coro has a vote. Anybody else? Oh, oh man, I need more coffee. The goldfish tank is still dark. They are swimming around and mad that the lights aren't on, only because when the lights come on, they get fed. So that's what's going on. I got to be quiet. They have very good hearing. So I don't know how to share a picture on StreamYard. Do I have to like load it into the backgrounds and then take all of the cameras off of the stream in order to have it in the background? Like, I was trying to upload it beforehand, and I'll just I'll just do a short, but I'd really like to show it off because I had something really special to me, and this is about my feels. So I'm going to share you guys with my feels for a second. Um, I I just mowed my lawn for the first time this year, and the grass was about waist high in some spots, and I had some clover that was probably like 12 inches off the ground. So it was like a large patch of clover and then like came up. It was beautiful. So I had this meadow effect going on. And there's a busy road behind my house, well, a 2-lane road, and a ditch in between the road and my fence. And I'm in my backyard, and it's like 10 in the morning. I'm supposed to be asleep, but I'm having trouble sleeping as normal. So I step outside. I'm chilling in the backyard, and in front of those two barrels on the side of my shed, in front of those two blue 55-gallon barrels, is a fox, and it's looking at me, and I'm looking at the fox, and we vibe. And I was like, the apex predator has now come to the meadow. So everybody's like, don't let your grass overgrow like that. You know what I mean? You're going to get critters and rats and all this stuff. And I was like, right. But when the fox shows up, how many rats? How many rats are they really? Once the fox shows up, enough. That's how many. Okay, well, that is exactly what I was. That's exactly what I was experiencing, and yeah, I do have a laptop that'll work for like 12 minutes, and then it'll hang up. Um, so yeah, you're right. That would be the best way is for me to load up the junky laptop. I agree, Coral works, but I want to tell you this. I live in a neighborhood with no HOA. Therefore, some of my neighbors have project cars in their driveway in various states of being worked on and whatnot. I'm okay with that. People say it brings down your property value, but I live in Austin, Texas, and apparently Austin, Texas has just become very recently the 10th largest city in America. When I moved here in 1995, I believe it was 33rd. Just to let you know how it's growing out here, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters what my neighbors are doing with their yard or on their driveway and in their garage because property prices just keep going up. No HOA equals Foxtown. Hashtag for hashtag for the next stream is hashtag Foxtown. So me and this fox were vibing. And when I went out into the yard and moved towards him, he just turned and went behind the fence. And I was like, that is definitely not a dog. But I did get a picture of him, and he's awesome. The other nature moment I had in my yard is there is a lizard. It's your standard thin lizard, brown or green, depending on what it's laying on, and the ones that the tails come off. The one that is shaped like an alligator, so it's not like your webfoot like gecko that's like pink and you can see its organs because it has translucent skin. So it's not those. It's the one that I remember in Houston. Um, but he's been chilling out on the table on the back porch, and my wife disturbed him the other day, and he didn't run away. He just kind of like chilled. And when I came out here, he ran about 3 feet away to the other side of the table and then slowly climbed up into a fern. And when he was in the fern, he just tucked his head up over the leaves of the fern just a little bit. And he was looking at me and we were vibing. So I don't know what's going on, but I am now uh, engaged with spirit animals and lizards and stuff. And nature is chilling with me. So that's what's new in my world, and it gives me incredibly good feels. So I will never live in an HOA again. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I know that not everybody has that choice. Anole, yes, I believe you are correct, Bunny Viper. The anole. Bunny Viper with the freaking reptile knowledge over here, freaking loving it. NLA Doolittle, that's me. I don't know. The fox was like there to like tell me that I'm doing a good job or something. But I did mow my yard. The meadow's over. But yeah, I'm not planning on replacing any grass or anything like that. My next door neighbor, I told him that I might just want to do raised beds like on tables and like a bunch of them like all over the front yard and he said that if I do it, he'll do it. And he was like, I think it's a great idea. You know what I mean? So, I might start, once this tree in the front yard finally dies, it should be only a matter of time. Uh, I will, uh, I will just start gardening in my front and backyard. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And nobody can stop me. I think the city can, uh, that first 3 rows of easement or something like that, they might have something to say about that, but there's no sidewalk. But so I don't foresee it being a problem, and if it ends and that's not where I'll start. I won't start at the curb, but, even if I do fill in that area next to the curb and it is a problem, hard to take down a it's not hard to take down a raised bed. You just move the frame, flatten out the dirt, you're good to go. So yeah, man, I've been feeling some nature love. Like I'm feeling like the springtime is definitely like getting here. All the trees are starting to bud and whatnot. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So yeah, man, it's already springtime here. Has been for like a month. Stupid. Yeah, my buddy probably has some pictures that he could send me. He had a family of foxes. He's got like a little gated in area that goes up to his front door, so a little patio. And they get up on that wall right there, and he's got a large window that goes into his living room that's like right there. So they're inside the house, like looking at the foxes, and it was one fox that came by, and then he started leaving food out there, for the fox, and the fox would come by and eat the food. And then after like a few weeks, the fox brought his whole family over. So like there was like a family situation going on, and he's got some great pictures because like through the window to where the fox is only like 5 feet, 6 feet. You know what I mean? So like he's got some really great pictures of this spot. And he lives closer into town than I do. He lives closer to Zilka Park by like half. Yeah, bunny viper. That is one of the things about growing and gardening and stuff like that is stuff gets into what you're gardening, but I'm still on like the early sides of it and stuff like that. So I figure like right now, like if I manage to grow something and it fruits and something comes along and eats it, it's still successful. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I wanted them for me, but you know what I mean? Like I feel like the first step in gardening is, providing food. Okay, for somebody. You know what I mean? If the bugs get it or the foxes get it, you know what I mean? Like we'll make adjustments and whatnot. But I mean, like if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? I still considered it a success. Oh, Craig's got feelings. What are they doing, Craig? What are they up to? Are they being effing kids? Mm. Well, I'm glad I picked this tank tonight. These guys definitely are showing off. Uh, they do a lot of hiding while I'm in there, but they are up at the front of the tank doing stuff. So yeah, those are 20-gallon longs on their side. And that's got a ton of valve and spiral valve in it. The green, dark green in the background of the tank on the right is also Swasser tank uh mixed with algae. So we're just gonna let it settle, and eventually I'll be Swasser tank rich. You guys can say you knew me when, but Swasser tank rich is a great place to be. The Swasser tang and the rosy barb tank with my three paradise fish, that 40 breeder. Um, the Swasser tang is growing low underneath all the stem plants that are growing tall in there. So I can just gather it up for what I need it for. I think I need to put it in uh, my rainbow guppy tank. Story time from Bunny Viper. Here's some feels, y'all. I had a farm in the 90s. A fox brought his family and they killed over 200 chickens. That's the thing. They don't eat what they need. They kill for sport. Half my chicken's gone. Bastards. Yeah, that's true. Had my dream been fulfilled of having chickens and stuff like that, the fox in my yard would not be a spirit animal trying to connect with me. He would be a threat to my lifestyle. You know what I mean? It would be a totally different feeling. Um, yeah, Bunny Viper and I want to know, Craig. Craig might be sorting it out right now. You know what I mean? He'll tell us later. Hey, everybody. It is 12:09. We have officially, it's Thursday, March 14th here in Central Texas by 7 minutes. Welcome. Welcome to the day. Adele's already been in Thursday for a long time already. I assume it's good. Thievery. Well, yeah, that is always a problem, man. So with thievery comes consequences. So just remember, this will be a learning experience for him, Craig. Make sure that they learn. Oh my goodness, I have not seen the bristles chasing each other yet. That would just happen. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that, Craig. That's a rough one. How do y'all deal with hating your job? Well, Coral, I'm very satisfied with my current job in its current state. Well, mostly. Um, and there's problems. There's problems with needing to make rent and bills and things like that. The greatest revenge when you hate your job is to do everything in a way so that you receive the least amount of contact from others. And that'll give you some space. But the greatest revenge for a job you hate is to find another job. Because even if it's the same as the old job, you haven't been there for very long. So they haven't overloaded you with responsibilities because the longer you're somewhere, the more things they just give you to do. And if you get things done like a good employee, they come to you first because they learn not to go to people that don't do their job. So so that can quickly make you hate your job. So even if it's the same as the last job, you just got there, therefore your responsibilities aren't that much yet. You know what I mean? So, old boss, same as the new boss, but you know, that can improve your situation. But you got to figure out what it is you hate about your job and try to get away from that in the next job. But yeah, a lot of us are, well, yeah, a lot of us are stuck in this reality, and things are changing and quickly with technology and whatnot. The internet continues to move things along, and businesses that don't adapt die. You know what I mean? And it just happens faster now. And with AI and stuff like that, like there's a lot of things that AI is going to be able to do and do faster and more efficiently than humans. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So therefore a lot of jobs will go away, but then there'll be something else to take its place. Um, a lot of people are involved in the gig economy and stuff like that, but that is always, I don't believe that that should be a means to an end. I believe that they're taking advantage of people needing more money outside of their job, and then they're going to work another job, and they're not going to pay you very well, but it's extra money. You know what I mean? So that's how they get you. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens, but at the same time, you know what I mean? It's just like now that I'm 46, I'm like it's very tempting to just want to freaking like go out and freaking like plant a garden and go live in the woods and just leave this city life. You know what I mean? Like and I think there's a reason why that idea is so popular with everyone. I think that I think that people, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, y'all. I think that I think that lots of people are seeing that our food supply is not all that it's cracked up to be, and that we're possibly being poisoned. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, yeah, I think that it's a lot about how much we can sell and how cheaply we can make it, and not how good it is to consume. And I think that when people start eating more whole foods and less processed foods, we're going to we're going to see some of our health problems decline. What are my thoughts on those Corys? What Corys, Nathan? The you were talking about pepper Corys, and what were the other Corys? I can't remember what your other Corys were. Was that you? Eakers, congratulations on getting off of work. But yeah, uh, yeah, my advice for hating your job is take some time as revenge and put out applications to other jobs. Okay, Jeff Kane says that he thinks that they are an offshoot from a long fin line that hasn't been stabilized yet. You still have them in a bin, buddy? Yeah, man. Nathan, I want you to come up here. Hold on, let me put something in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how easy it is. Okay. Like when I'm rambling like that and stuff like that, if you got something that you want to show, if you got something that you want to talk about, let me know in the chat, man. Like most of the time, I am super flexible about it. I always enjoy talking with another fish keeper. Jeff Kane says he also thinks it could be a worthwhile line to stabilize. Heck yeah, man. Question for the chat: more Corys or less Corys? More Corys, right? I mean, like that's a no-brainer, right? More Corys. Yeah, bud. How bad is that gonna? How much of a pain is it gonna be to get your license back, Craig? Because that's a worthy goal, brother. There you go. So yeah, Nathan, man, follow that link, buddy. I'll put you in the show. I agree with that. Yeah, quite a bit, Coro. That's true. We have been on good relations for a good long time. There's Nathan. All right, Nathan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, all right.
So these are just two of the 5 or 7 that I got of this particular quarry. They were sold as emeralds. They were ordered by the store as emeralds. So that's what I'm going with.
Right? They're
Fin-
cute, man.
The fins are what caught my eye and what really got me wanting these fish.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, like cock-a-doodle doo. Time to wake up.
Oh, man, they're posing right now. That is the cutest.
And you can see like the one on the left, his dorsal fin is not like the other one.
Right. Do you think that it is different on purpose, or do you think that it might just be nibbled on?
No, it's that's its fin shape. That's how
Okay, so that one is expressing a shorter long fin, and then like that is like an extreme.
yeah. And then the
That,
tail fin different is they're similar, but this
mhm.
one with the shorter dorsal fin has a longer extension on the tail fin than the one with the fancy dorsal fin.
Okay, so the extension, is it like a sword tail extension, or is it like a leer tail?
Um, I would say a leer. It's like it's
Okay,
just here. I'm trying to get him to move again. Come on, move.
okay, yeah, I see that. Wow. Okay, yeah, these are all things that I've never seen before. So I do agree that it is worth breeding out and seeing what the expression is and stabilizing the line, whatever that means. You know what I mean? Like, very cool, man.
Like I said, I have like 5 or 7. I forget. It's been a few months since I've gotten these guys. And there is another type of tail on the ones that I could not catch. So this is like I'm drawing a picture right now. That's like your standard, and then it goes like that, like this.
Hey, I emptied the pot before the freaking like light turned off automatically on it. That's pretty fucking good.
I showed the picture in the last in Georgia stream, but I accidentally crumpled it. Well, not accidentally, on purpose, crumpled it up to throw it away, and then I just ripped it trying to uncrinkle it. So let me see. So here's your standard fish shape, like a tail. You know,
Right.
this I have another one of these with the same dorsal fin, but the tail is that shape with a longer extension down on the
Right.
bottom.
That's in guppies they call that part that you went over again in the center, they call that the uh a pintail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is freaking wild, man.
So it's like extended like that. I mean, it's like mega long compared to the other 2 points.
No, man, that's really cool.
Yeah, I had to get them. Like I said, they were labeled as emeralds, so I got them.
Hmm.
I think I paid $4.99 each. So
Okay.
I was with just that specialty vintage like that. I was like, for $4, $5, I had to
Yeah,
get them.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, you're coming home with me.
Yeah, they
It'd
came
be
from
especially cool if they like freaking emeralded it up too, man. but
Yeah.
like I like that dark coloration on the top. I really like that kind of coppery color.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. I've got a Molly that is a Dalmatian that is that color.
Oh,
So he's
nice.
like, so yeah, so he's khaki with black spots. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, look at you, man. You're getting ready for prep school.
Yeah. um, I do, like I was saying in George's stream, I do have a few fry from these, and they have the same finish. So I
Oh,
know,
okay.
yeah, I know it's possible to breed them, and then I can start working with them a little tighter once I get the numbers correct.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the Valentine's Day gift I got uh from my pepperfin Corys,
I
my long
don't,
fins?
I don't.
There's an albino in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so an albino longfin out of nowhere.
Oh
Like so so it's in there, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, and I didn't see him for like forever because they hide. You know what I mean? And like he hides amongst the larger fish and stuff like that. It's pretty wild. I've got a picture of that, I think. Hold on. I think it's this one. There you go. So
yeah,
yeah, were you able to yeah, isn't that wild?
yeah. And it has
So
the red
yeah,
eye.
he got that big and I had no idea it was there.
Oh, it's got the red eyes and everything.
Um that I'm not sure.
That'd be interesting to know because I mean, isn't it true that true albinos have to have the red eye?
Yeah, I believe so. Like they have to have the pigment removed from their eye as well.
Yeah, I think it would be even cooler if it wasn't a true albino. It just was that color and standard eye color.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm not. There's only a couple fish that I'm a fan of albino. It is the red eye that does it to me. That turns me away from them.
Oh, okay. So if it was an albino but it had a normal eye,
I
then
would.
like then you're more likely to say, yes, this can live in
Yep.
my fish room.
Yep.
Yeah, hey man, it's all about preference and you got to make some choices because
Yeah.
you can't keep everything.
Yeah.
You could try, you know what I mean? Many have tried, but like you can't keep everything and you got to make choices and anything that helps limit that down is good.
Yeah. Yeah. I just took a whole category out of my fish room completely.
Which category just left?
Without albinos, I got every other category.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I mean, again, I would keep some albino, like albino cherry barbs. I really, really like.
I've heard that and I have yet to see them.
MD Fish Tanks. He has some albino cherry barbs,
Okay.
and they're like, you think regular cherry barb males are like vibrant and stunning red? Albinos are like 10 times that.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, because then there's no other pigment like separating that. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So they're
Well,
still just as red. They just have a red eye. I think that
yes,
might.
albinos have pink eyes. Leucistic fish are the white with blue eyes. Bunny viper coming through.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, it is 12:32, so I am 2 minutes late getting over June's stream. The hashtag is Fox something.
Yeah, I figured
Uh,
seeing how you didn't see these, I'll just come up real quick, Mike, and let you see them. But I'm gonna be showing more of these in a live stream on my channel, so I'm gonna catch them all.
yes, sir. That sounds great. I'm excited about it.
I appreciate you letting me hop up there.
Hey, man, you have yourself a great night. Thanks for coming up. Everybody else, much love. Much
Yep.
love.
Alrighty, I'm closing out.
All right. Later, bud.
Bye. Thank you.